Welcome to this retrospective on the HP 82143A Peripheral printer. This particular model printer here was designed for the HP 41C series calculators. I'm going to be demonstrating this little printer here with this HP 41CX, a very capable calculator, the top in the HP 41C range. I suspect this may turn into a multi-part video series because surprisingly these little printers have many capabilities, as you'll see. They were released in 1980, although the manual here shows Hewlett Packard Company 1979. Maybe this is when the printers were developed and the manual printed, but as far as I can see they were released in 1980. Sorry if you hear any background noise, it's raining very heavily here at the moment. The printer was designed to plug directly into the HP 41C expansion ports at the top of the calculator here, as you'll see. They differ a lot to the likes of this printer here. This is the HP 82143A thermal printer, and that you'll see, if you're familiar with the HP IL, you'll recognize these ports. Uses the HP interface loop system here. So these particular printers here, they're actually a very similar looking printer, as you can see there, but slightly different color, and obviously the different interface here. Now these were designed to use with the interface loop. Yeah, I'll show you more about this printer and the interface loop in other videos. Keep an eye out for those. This printer here relies solely on this cable here that's hardwired into the back of the unit, and this is the little adapter that plugs into the back of the HP 41C calculator here, or the top, into one of the empty expansion ports. It differs in that respect to the interface loop type machines. So these run independently with the HP 41C. There's no need for an interface loop with this particular model. So some of these videos on these calculators that I'll do, I really just want to get across the tactile aspects really to a certain extent, and I'll show you how they operate, and also just little things like the manual here. I love the HP manuals. They come spiral bound, which means you can just open them out to any page and fold them back. They're nice and easy to handle, and just beautifully laid out with the keystrokes and what the display should be showing you here, and very concise and accurate instructions there. So we'll be going through some of that. I mean, even right down to the feel of the paper. The paper is very high quality paper. It's quite a thick paper, and it's got almost like a talcum powdery type feel. I'm not quite sure how to explain it, but it's very sort of smooth, and yeah, something about it. It's hard to put across on camera. I'll take you through some of the owner's handbook here as well, and that shows you pretty much everything about the printer itself. The way I thought I'd run this video series is I'll work my way through the manual and show you some of the examples and whatnot that they use in here. It's very concise, very thorough, and it shows you everything that this little printer is capable of doing. Yeah, so as you'll probably, you may already know, or you'll get to know, I'm a huge fan of HP calculators, and the HP company as a whole is, maybe not so much now, but especially back in the day, early on, right up into, the 80s when these units were being built, and, the likes of the calculators were being made. So a massive fan of that sort of early to mid period, I guess you could say, of HP. And even just little things like this in the manual here, the success and prosperity of our company will be assured only if we offer our customers superior products that fill real needs and provide lasting value, and that are supported by a wide variety of useful services, both before and after sale. So that's, statement of corporate objectives, Hewlett Packard, pretty neat stuff. HP calculators fill real needs and they provide lasting value. And if you want to if you want a really good calculator, you can't go past the HP 41. You know, there's not much it can't do as far as calculator is concerned. I guess you could call it a mini computer, really, couldn't you, in a way? But yeah, I really love these machines. Let's start by just, you know, having a wee look here through the manual here. So yep, Hewlett Packard 1979 owner's manual. And if I won't go through all the contents here, you can pause and take a wee look if you like. So you've got a introduction section here, basically printer operations, accumulated output here, plotting, graphics, and some of the accessories that came with the machine itself. I love the little touches with photographs. Yeah, as you can see there, they're kind of a grainy, monotone style. And you know, they did this a lot with their manuals later on. I think in the 70s and 80s they did this sort of thing here. Quite nice. Yeah, as you can see, very well laid out here. So we've got they're basically just telling us you know, we've got the on-off switch here. Pretty straightforward. Before I show you that, I'll just quickly show you the power supply that came with these units. These are the 82043A. That's the AC adapter. This particular unit's got the Australian New Zealand type plug here, 240 volts, 50 hertz, putting out 7 watts. And that comes, so the actual adapter that plugs into the back of the unit is AC. So that charges a battery and also runs the printer. So if we have a look in the back here, we can take the back door panel off there for the battery compartment, and we've got 4 NiCads here, 1.2 volts each, so you know, total of 4.8, and if we take that battery pack out there, which, you know, so once that's charged up, it's obviously fairly portable. I've actually repacked this battery pack. I think I did a video on that actually. You can see here there's the battery terminals here. So you've got the rechargeable battery pack there, which is quite handy. So you could take these out on the field back in the day, and obviously being rechargeable through the rear port here with the AC adapter here. Just plugs in into the back there like so, and then we just plug that into the wall socket there, and now that's charging there. So we've got an on-off switch there, switch to on, and you get the power light come on here. There's also a battery light, that's to indicate a battery low. You can see that the battery is probably fairly low. So I'll leave that off and leave that to charge for a little bit. The general condition of this printer is not bad. There's a couple of wee scratches there you can see, and I think that I found this at a recycle store, just someone had thrown it out. Yeah, so that was a lucky score really. Works perfectly. So here we've got the print mode switch, and you can see there that they're talking about the manual mode. The printer is idle and does not print unless you or a program executes a print function. Listings of programs are printed left justified when the printer is set to manual. This is the normal mode over here. The printer prints numbers and alphas that are keyed in, function names as they are executed from the keyboard, and output from printer functions. Running programs print only output from the printer functions and prompt output. Listing of programs are printed right justified. Trace mode, printer prints numbers and alphas that are keyed in. Function names, intermediate and final answers are output from the printer functions. Program listings are printed in a special packed or condensed form. You know, they've got quite a few different options there for printing. The print intensity, so the intensity switch here, that's fairly self-explanatory. So down the left-hand side produces a light output and a dark output on the right there. Fairly straightforward. You may just sort of have to bear with me on the functionality of the calculator itself. I'll explain a little bit of it as I go. But before we go too much further, let's just plug this in. So there's only one way this can plug in, and the recommendation is to use the highest port available. If we have a look on the back of the calculator here, we've got numbers 1, 2, 3 and 4. These are the ports. This thicker bar here, that's the front of the calculator, and we've got the back here. So top left is number 1. So we've got 1, 2, 3 and 4 there. And so we want to plug the printer into the highest port number, number 4. It'll only plug in one way. You can't get it around the wrong way. It won't plug in without using excessive force there. And we just plug that in while the calculator's turned off, by the way, and the printer. It's probably a good idea to have both off. And just to make things a little bit clearer, I'll remove the plastic tear off here, just to make things a little bit easier to see. Stops any reflection there. We turn the calculator on here. We can see the contents of the X register here, and if I just fill up, you know, the X register here just by typing in a number, hitting enter, and we'll turn the printer on there, and if I hit the print button in the normal mode, you'll see that it prints the number there. I'll just advance that so you can see that a bit clearer. So this paper advance button, you can see what that's doing. Just advancing the paper one line. If you switch over to alpha mode and we type in, I mean, I've just got something in there from a previous program that I was typing in there. And so we've got a prompt here in alpha mode, and you can just hit the print button there, and we get what's shown in the alpha register there. Yep, paper advance, I've shown you that. Power light, battery's on again. So I probably need to give this a really good charge. Just a little note here at the bottom. Continued printing with the bat light on may damage the rechargeable batteries. So, you know, probably want to just turn that off in the meantime and let it get a little bit of a chance to charge that battery there. The battery pack must be in the printer while the AC adapter recharger is connected. Failure to do so could damage the printer. Okay, printer operation. So the rechargeable batteries are being charged while you operate the printer from the AC adapter / recharger. The battery pack will charge with the printer on or off. So yeah, normal charging time from fully discharged battery pack to full charge is, time depends on AC line voltage values, on or off 14 to 16 hours. So, you know, so it's not a quick charge. Shorter charging periods will reduce the operating time you can expect from a single battery charge. Yeah, that makes sense. Do not incinerate. Okay, and then it goes through showing you how to replace the battery pack there. Pretty much showed you that before. Going through, connecting to the AC, plugging the printer in. Okay, this is where it talks about you remove the port cap, which I didn't show you there because I didn't have one in the unit. But basically what they're showing you there is just that little port cap there. Removal of that. It's just a little protective cap there. Yeah, so remove the port cap that is the highest number unused port. If you must remove a memory module, I'll go through memory modules later on. It's quite involved there. Yeah, we won't worry about memory modules at this stage. Insert the printer interface, and then it's talking about removing the printer. Turn the HP41C and the printer off. Exclamation. Yeah, so you want to have both units off when you're removing the interface there. Okay, so to prevent damage to your HP printer, only use HP thermal paper. I'd take that with a grain of salt. I've used just off-the-shelf thermal paper. This is a thermal printer, so it doesn't need any ink or toner or anything, ribbons, anything like that. It's a outright thermal printer. A bit like a thermal fax machine. In fact, I think what you can do is you can get a fax roll and slice it into the correct width of paper here, and you might need to unravel a little bit of the to get the diameter down, but as far as I know, that'll work. Yeah, so this talks about loading the paper. I'll take you through paper loading just while we're at it. Just pull up the little clear door there. You can grab I'll just pull the roll out. Literally just feed that into the back of the printer here. Let's get that nice and tidy there. Pull some spare paper there. Feed it up into the paper path there. And just hold down the paper advance. Yeah, battery's very low. Roll this up. And you can actually pull the paper through manually as well once you get it partway through. There is no problem manually feeding it through. It's designed to do that if you want to. Alright, printer operation. So the first thing they're showing us here is printing a catalogue. Okay, so if we execute the catalogue 2 here in the trace mode, we would expect to get this printing here. This is the printout of the printer commands. So right through from A to the last command there is STK plot. Okay, so we'll switch the printer on and the calculator and we'll execute a catalogue. So shift enter is catalogue there. Let's make sure the printer's in trace mode there, and if I execute a catalogue here, that's shift enter and the number 2, catalogue 2. You'll see that we're getting a different result here. I'll be expecting this list here, but we're getting a different list. Now the reason for that is because the 41CX here, it has a lot of built-in features over and above the 41C. So you can see there, we've got the time module that's built into the 41CX. There's printer there, it's showing there that the printer's plugged in. Yeah, so we're not getting the list as we'd expect here. So what I'll do is I will change over to the 41C. I've got a 41C here. This is like your kind of vanilla 41. This is the first model that came out. I've also got the X functions, X memory and the quad memory plugged into this unit. I won't go through those in this video, but if you'd like to see more videos on the likes of these extra plug-in units and other devices that are designed to attach to the 41C series of calculators, leave a comment down below, or give the video a thumbs up and I'll do more videos on those subjects. So we'll just plug in the calculator, turn the printer on, calculator on. Let's just try that again. We should get a different result there, catalogue 2. And you can see there that it's giving us the list of commands there. So we should get right down to STK plot. There's STK plot here, but you can see that it's printing more. See, extended functions. So I'll just stop that. That's the extended functions there. That's the commands for the extended functions. So I haven't printed all of them there, but there's quite a few of those. So all of these functions can be executed or assigned to keys for execution. I'll show you key assignment in a second. These functions are available only while the printer is plugged in. And now we've got standard HP 41C printing functions. There are 4 standard 41C functions that will automatically print as well as perform their normal functions while the printer is attached and set the proper print mode. The functions are view, A view, which is alpha view, prompt, which you can use to prompt for input, and ADV, which advances one line of the printer. So view, register contents. I'll use the example they're using here. So input, 27.9380, and then let's store that in register 01. So that's STO, store, register 01. Okay, and we should be set to manual here. You can see that it printed that command there because I'm in trace mode. I'll switch across to manual, and then if I do a view on that one, which is shift the run stop down here, view, and now it's prompting for the register I want to view, 01, and there you can see it's recalled it on the printer there. There's also a view, which is alpha view, so if I do, say, so that, and if I do alpha view, which is the same key, it's view, but because we're on alpha mode, it's a view or alpha view. You can see there, we get the alpha printout. We go back to numeric there. It goes through prompting. I won't go through prompting at this stage. It's, you know, you get the idea. It's really just telling us about the built-in, the four standard printing functions. Advance is ADV, so if we execute alpha ADV, it line feeds. I'll quickly show you how to assign a function. So shift ASN here, and it's prompting for the command name. So if I just go into alpha mode and we let's choose ADV, so that's advance line feed, ADV, come out of alpha. Now it's prompting for the key that we want to assign, and I'll assign this top left key here, and you'll see that it says 1 there, and that's row 1 column 1. And then if we go to user mode here, and if I hold this key, you'll see that it says ADV. If I hold it for too long, it just nulls it, doesn't execute the command. Okay, if I want to execute the command, just tap it. So that's line feed or ADV. Print key. The print key is actually on the printer itself. So what you can do is you can put in a bunch of keystrokes here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then you hit the print. So that number there is in the X register here. If we print, you can see there that we get it print out of the X register there. And likewise with alpha, you know, if I hit the print key. If we're in, let's just, I'll fill the alpha register up here based on the this command here. So we're still set to manual on the printer here. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and then we come out of alpha. And if we execute a PRA, which is print alpha, so execute PRA, we'll get a printout of the alpha register there. You can print registers, so this will print a list of registers. PREG, print registers as directed by X. So you can use the following format. Print statistical registers, print the stack. That's quite handy if you're, you know, if you want to see the contents of the stack there, you can print the stack and print a program, PRP, print program, and you know, you execute PRP and then you give the name of the program. So the likes of this CHARS characters program here. And you can see the different types of layout here. So on manual, it's left justified. Trace, it's a condensed format. In norm, it's right justified. And the different print modes there. You can check the status of the flags just by PR flags. It'll print out a list of all the flags. PR keys, so you can print the assignments. So we could do the likes of execute PR keys here. User keys. So you can see there that we've got one for the advanced key that I've assigned there. So key 11 is advanced. The battery light's on constantly there now, so I need to probably let this charge a little bit. I did rebuild the battery packs, just ordered some batteries online, and I did some testing, you know, regarding capacity. They certainly weren't true to label, I can tell you that. They're, you know, AliExpress batteries. I don't think you can expect too much, but they're a sub-C type battery. There's 4 sub-Cs there. That's the Top Cat style battery pack there. They're certainly better than the crusty old ones I've got with the various devices that I've picked up over the years. So just moving on here, prints the user keys. Yep, printing catalogs. So catalog 1 will print the programs that you've stored in the unit, how many bytes free, things like that. Programming the printer, using the printer during program entry. While you're using the printer in program entry mode, if you were programming from, you know, as you would from the keyboard here, for example, if you tapped printer advance on the printer, it would insert the ADV command into your program. So the likes of the print button there would add a print X register command into the program while you're typing it in. So we've got a list of XROM numbers here, just relating each XROM number to the list of commands there. We can set flags on the printer. So there's 5 flags that are used to control the printer. 4 of them, number 12, 13, 21, 25, are user flags. You can set, test and clear them. The 5th flag, 55, is a system flag, and it can only be tested. I won't go through that in too much detail, but you can set, so flag 55 is through a printer attached. So basically flag 55 is set when you plug this cartridge in to the calculator, and it's not set when it's unplugged. You can enable or disable the printer through the flag 21, set or clear, and there's a little table there showing you what the different combinations will achieve there. And so flag 12 is a double wide flag. Yep, printer set to manual. And if we just print, turn the printer on, we print that. That's the standard width there. And then if we set flag number 12, okay, and then we print again, we get the double wide print style, and there's lowercase as well. I'll clear the flag 12 there, clear flag 12, and if we set flag 13, we should get lowercase. Although it shows in uppercase here, we'll get lowercase there, like so. I think I'll leave it at that at this stage, and I'll tie this video up, and yeah, keep an eye out for more in this series. I'll go through accumulated printer output in the next video, and maybe some more sections we can get through in the next video there. So I hope you found that helpful and interesting. Please remember to give it a big thumbs up. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.